Good morning, students. Am I audible? Okay, inform all to join. Okay, let's wait for some time. Inform all. What happens to others? Very few students are present now. Okay, will not wait further. So we'll start. Okay. So good morning, everyone. This is a class of professional elective 3, and that is your rural water supply and on-site sanitation system. From today, we're going to start the fourth module of the chapter of the subject. Clear? So from this class, we're going to discuss about sanitation. Fine? Since the whole subject is all about what? Rural water supply and on-site sanitation. So from today class, we're going to give more importance to the sanitation. Okay? So as I told you before, basically sanitation is referred to the human health. Okay, so basically, sanitation is referred to the human health. That means, or you can say, protecting human health from the um, hazardous environment. Okay, so if you can protect the human health, or you can say the other living beings, even the nature, from the pollution, pollution by any means, so it will be referred to that sanitation. Clear? Now, in this, basically, this subject is related to your uh, safe drinking water and on-site sanitation. Fine. When it comes the term sanitation, it includes both. If you are providing a drinking water, a pure drinking water, or having a good quality, it is come under sanitation. Okay. If you are providing a good waste disposal system, that will also include in on sanitation. Fine. So this is a basic general definition of sanitation. And sanitation, it can be divided under two heads. One is your off-site sanitation and on-site sanitation. Okay, on-site and on-site, basically it's depend on the location. That means if you are going for uh, treating the waste, even at the source of the generation of the waste, that it will be your on-site. And if you are transporting that particular waste in a different location and you are treated that, okay, before disposal, either you are going for a treatment of polluted water or wastewater, even for other solid waste, then it will be your offsite sanitation. Fine. And why in this particular subject is basically given emphasis to on-site, because the on-site sanitation is more um, required, especially in case of rural areas. Fine. So in this today class, we're going to discuss about basics about sanitation. What is sanitation? Why this is important? Fine. And with respect to rural areas, what sanitation is required? What is the advantage of on-site sanitation? What are the disadvantages of on-site sanitation? Okay, these things we're going to discuss in this class. Okay, so let me share my screen first. First of all, let me know is it visible to you? Yes or no? Am I audible? Okay. Okay, so we're going to start very basics or general definition of sanitation. Okay, we'll try to understand what is sanitation and what are the uh, basic idea behind sanitation. Fine. So basically, sanitation referred to the public health condition related to clean drinking water and adequate treatment of disposal of human extant sewage. So basically, sanitation is, you can divide the sanitation term, or you can say the objective of sanitation. Basically, it has two objectives. Okay, one is you're providing clean drinking water, or you can say the pure drinking water or safe drinking water, or and you have, if you're providing a good treatment and disposal uh, system for human excreta and sewage, and for other waste also. Fine. So if these two factor must be come under sanitation. Preventing human contact with faces, or you can say faces part of sanitation means the waste part. Okay, the waste of anything, waste of waste water or waste human excreta or any other waste. Okay, so human preventing human contact from faces part of the sanitation is hand just like a hand washing with soap. Okay, just for example, like a hand washing with soap. Fine. The sanitation system aim to protect human health by providing a clean environment that will stop the transmission of diseases, especially through the facial oral route. So you all also know in grassroots area, even say rural area, because of the unhygienic condition or situation, environment, there will be different diseases may spread, and that particular spread because of the uh, not providing sanitation. And not providing sanitation means not providing a safe drinking water and not providing a proper treatment and disposal of human excreta or the waste, or you can say sewage. Okay, so what kind of disease can spread? Like from what kind of diseases may generate due to unsanitation environment? These diseases like diarrhea, polio, hepatitis, all are example of the diseases which may spread due to unsanitation system. And unsanitation system creates unhygienic environment in the society, or you can say in a particular community. Okay, so for example, diarrhea, a main cause of malnutrition. That means malnutrition means what? Insufficient nutrition and stunted growth in children. Stunted growth means slow growth in children. It is a kind of, you can say, the symptoms of unsanitation system, or you can say result of unsanitation system. And this can be reduced through adequate sanitation. Other diseases which may easily transmitted in communities, okay, due to the unsanitation system like diarrhea, cholera, all these are given here. Fine. So these are also, you can say, are some diseases which can be spread due to unsanitation system. Fine. So when I say sanitation, basically in technical term is basically include different stages. So the sanitation system includes the capture, storage, transport, treatment, and disposal or reuse of human excreta and wastewater. Fine. That means when it come to uh, constructing a setup for sanitation, I can say waste management, it include basically different stages. First stage is your capture. Capture means collecting the waste matter, storage, then transport it if needed, then treatment. We have to go for treating the waste before disposing. Okay, and then dispose or reuse of human excreta and wastewater. Sometimes wastewater can be treated and the water can be used in agriculture and different purposes. Even you can also use human excreta. Human excreta can be used as a fertilizer. Okay, after going through decomposting. Okay, or like this, different techniques are available in local level. Okay, we're going to discuss in coming module. Anyway, we can also go for reuse the waste matter. Okay, you can also go for reusing the wastewater. We can also go for using the human excreta. Fine. The reuse activities basically uh, it mainly focus on the nutrients, water, energy, or organic matter contained in human excreta and wastewater. Basically, this is referred to the sanitation value chain or sanitation economy. That means even from the waste, we can generate economy, or we can go for, or you can develop economy. Okay, so this is very important term, sanitation value chain. What do you mean by sanitation value chain? Basically, it defines that even the waste matter can be used as a recycled matter. Okay, maybe the wastewater can be used in different purposes. Even for human excreta can be used as a fertilizer. So in standard definition, the on-site sanitation now we're going to discuss. On-site sanitation is defined as a sanitation system in which wastewater and excreta, human excreta, are collected, stored, and treated on the plot, on the location where they are generated, basically. Okay. The degree of treatment may be variable from none to advanced. That I already told you, the treatment process, whether it's for wastewater or for drinking water or for any waste matter, the treatment process or treatment procedure maybe depend on the amount of impurity present in and types of impurity present in there. Sometimes it may not need any treatment, and sometimes need an advanced level of treatment. If contain a high amount of impurity. So the degree of treatment may vary from none to advanced. Clear? And what is the definition of on-site sanitation? It is the sanitation system in which the wastewater and excreta are collected and stored and treated, even at the spot where they are generated. For example, like pit latrine. About latrine, we have already discussed. Like that means we have to create a pit even in the ground up to certain depth where a human excreta can be you can say stored or disposed. Okay, so even in pit latrine where no treatment is required, it directly disposed in the earth in a larger depth. Okay, so examples are pit latrine, then septic tank. Okay, in septic tank, a primary treatment of wastewater is required. That means some sediment settlement of the sediments may occur in the first chamber. Then water will flow out of the system. That means out of the septic tank. Okay, so primary treatment can be applied in septic tank. In pit latrine, there is no treatment required, like that. So these are under, you can categorize under on-site sanitation. On-site sanitation systems are often connected to fecal uh, sludge management, that is waste generally system, fecal sludge management system, where the fecal sludge that is generated on site. I'll tell you. Wait. So basically, that is fecal sludge is basically what, it's a slurry that contain both solid and liquid waste. Okay, that accumulate in on-site sanitation system. That means, for example, like septic tank, it is the raw and or partially digested slurry that result from the collection, storage, and treatment of combination of the excreta and the black water. That means when the solid waste is mixed with water, that it produces fecal sludge. Okay, and this on-site sanitation system often connected to fecal sludge management system, where the fecal sludge that is generated on site is treated at the at an offsite location. Sometimes when the fecal sludge can be transported to a different location and go for treatment. Okay, the wastewater, in other words sewage, is only generated when piped water supply is available within a building or a close to them. That means it's wastewater. When wastewater will generate when there is a pipe water supply system, there will be more wastage. Right? A related term is a decentralized wastewater system, which refer in particular to the wastewater part of on-site sanitation. Similarly, on-site sewage facility can treat as wastewater generated locally. So we can also go for a decentralized wastewater system. Okay, that means uh, it says on-site sanitation, but we that means individual treatment of a waste. But for a particular community, we can also go for a decentralized treatment process, but it is also considered as a on-site sanitation because the whole household are going for treating that wastewater and treating the uh, human excreta in commonly. So this is can also be considered in a on-site sanitation. Right? Commonly, on-site sanitation is equivalent to household latrine, but maybe include facilities shared by several households living together on the same site. So I've already told you, right? So this is also, you can say, considered as a on-site sanitation. Although they are uh, joining hand by hand to treat the waste, this can also be treated as a on-site sanitation. Okay. The more commonly the more commonly known on-site sanitation includes the facilities which are self-contained within the site, in contrast to sewerage where sewage is removed from the site. So basically this is all done on the site itself, either is involved by one household or numbers of household. Okay, Amongst some factor professional, there is a general feeling that on-site sanitation is appropriate for rural areas. So it is said that for rural area, the on-site sanitation is preferable. Okay, you can set up appropriate for rural areas, and it is generally unsuitable in the urban context. Okay, because in urban we don't have uh, that particular uh, area, or that you can say area or environment for going for treated that waste. Okay, we have to take it away in a outskirt area if you're dealing with urban area, but it is not the case in rural area. We can go for treating the waste even at the site. In practice, given the continuous growth of urban population and the high incidence of low income people in slums and peri-urban areas, there is no possibility of providing all urban inhabitants with sewages. All maintained and constructed on-site plot system offer a valuable alternative sewages system. So basically, here now also nowadays the on-site sanitation is more appreciated. Fine. So let's discuss some uh, requirement of on-site sanitation, advantages and disadvantages of on-site sanitation system. Clear? So basically, for on-site sanitation, that is included pit latrine, then a septic tank and all. So basically, it required what? The requirements for adopting an on-site sanitation are basically it required an adequate space for locating toilets and leach pits. That means we require a space where we can put a toilet and so that we can have a ground. Fine. Wait. Then porous subsoil to absorb liquid content of excreta. That means selecting the soil is also very important. We should not select that particular soil which is less porous. That means the water should penetrate into the soil. Okay, that means we need to select a particular soil which is permeable, or you can say having higher porosity, or you can say higher void ratio, so that water can go inside. Or you can say you can also you go for some soil like fine grained soil which can absorb water. Okay, so we can go for selecting a ground such that the subsoil is a porous to absorb liquid content of the excreta, so that solid may not go inside the ground, but at least water should penetrate into the ground. It will go from the natural filtration process through different layer of soil under the ground. It will finally reach the groundwater level. Fine. And also we require the groundwater at depth greater than 1.5 meter from ground level. That means we should not um provide a situation. We should not create a situation that suppose your groundwater level is so nearby the ground level. Okay, in that particular case, we are not going to go for creating this particular pit latrine, because we are not we should not allow the direct contact of the waste with the groundwater. It will pollute the groundwater. Okay, so it's better to have the groundwater at far depth, like should be more than 1.5 meter from the ground, and your pit latrine should be above 1.5 meter. Okay, so to disconnect, or to prevent or restrict the connect or restrict the contact of waste or the waste water from groundwater, we have to ensure the groundwater level is having greater than 1.5 meter from the ground. This is the requirement for on-site sanitation. Okay, so what are they? First, we have to see the location, whether we have the location or not. Next, we have to check whether the subsoil is porous or not. And third one, we have to check whether the groundwater is in a far depth or not. Okay, these things we have to first consider. Then let's discuss about the advantages. Advantages of on-site sanitations are: it is very simple to construct and operate and maintain, less expensive to install and maintain, and surface water pollution is eliminated. So I think this is very simple to understand. So since you need require very basics equipment, or you can say basic design idea for pit latrine, or you can say septic tank, you can go for on-site sanitation. It is cost effective also. Even the construction, maintenance or operation procedure is also very simple. It's less expensive to install, it's also cost effective, and surface water pollution is eliminated. So since we are disposing the waste directly into the ground in pit latrine, okay, where the all the circumference is lined, that means we are preventing the lateral movement of the water only in a vertical direction. Even in the septic tank, it is made of, you can also make septic tank of RCC or other brick machinery. Okay, that means we are preventing that lateral movement of the waste from the outer environment. So from this also we can also remove or eliminate the surface water pollution. Okay, so these are the advantages and requirement of on-site sanitation. On other hand, these have some little disadvantages, like it is not suitable for substrata with hard rock and high water table condition. That means we have already discussed about in the requirement of on-site sanitation that if suppose your groundwater level is so high in a particular location, we should not go for on-site sanitation. That is, in that case, there is a possibility of groundwater contamination. Okay, we should prevent that. Okay, then possible pathogens leaching into the groundwater and containing it. That means it is a result of this. If the wastewater come in contact with groundwater, it will pollute the groundwater. Okay, by the leaching. Leaching means when the wastewater mixed with the solid, then it will create a leaching kind of matter. Okay, it's a form of waste, and if it reaches the groundwater, then it will be it pollute the groundwater. Fine. Next, in densely populated urban areas, crucial groundwater resources can be contaminated. So, of course, it is not suitable for urban areas. Basically, we go for it can be adopted and preferable for rural areas. Fine. So, this is all about today class. We have discussed about a general uh, outlook of sanitation, basic idea about sanitation, what is sanitation, why it's required, and where it's required, basically. So what is sanitation? We have already discussed. What is the significance of sanitation? Why it is important? If it is not provided properly, what will be the consequences? These things we have discussed. Okay, and we have discussed about on-site sanitation. Why on-site sanitation is required, especially in case of rural areas. We have discussed in this class. Along with that, we have discussed about some requirements, advantages, and disadvantages of on-site sanitation. In coming classes, we are again going to discuss about more about sanitation. Okay, some locally available approaches that can be adopted for treating the waste, or you can also be going and giving more importance to sanitation value chain also. Okay, how can you go for revenue generation, or you can say we can go for economic growth by reuse of the waste, either it will be wastewater or human excreta. Fine. So this is all about today class. With this, I just want to close my sharing. Is there any doubt? You can also ask me. If you don't, then I'll just close my sharing. Then take your attendance. Is it clear to you? Okay. Anything to ask? No. Anyway, chalo. Let's take your attendance. Okay. Everyone, please switch on our video. What is the date today? 15. Wait a second. Okay, please respond to a call. Um, Roll number 11. 11. Yeah. 19. 19. Okay. 23. Roll number 23. Oh, there is a what is net issue. Anyway. 24. Eagleson.
Yes, sir.
25.
Present, sir. 25.
Okay. 33.
Yes, sir.
34. 34. 35. 37. 39. 40.
Present, sir.
41.
Present, sir.
43.
Yes, sir.
44.
Yes, sir.
46. 46 नहीं है ना? 47. Okay, 49. 51. 51 also have some issue. Okay. 53.
Yes, sir. 53.
57.
Sir, 53 present.
Given है. 57. 61.
Yes, sir. 61.
63. 66.
Yes, sir. 66.
67.
Yes, sir.
68.
Present,
68.
sir. 68.
Okay.
Sir, present.
Okay. 70.
Sir. Present, sir. 60.
72. Okay.
Present, sir.
71.
72.
Okay. Okay. 71.
Present.
73.
Present, sir.
74.
Present, sir. 74.
75.
Present, sir. 75.
81. 82.
Present, sir. 82.
83.
Present, sir. 83.
86.
83.
83 given है. 86. 94. 97. 100.
Yes, sir.
115.
Yes, sir. 115.
115.
Yes, sir.
Oh, you are here.
Yes, sir.
116.
Present, sir.
Okay, anyone left? Chalo, who have given the attendance, you can leave the class. I'm also going to just stop the recording now.